Hi, my name's Tracy. I've been asked by the Y to do a little basic Pilates class for you guys so that you can practice your Pilates at home every week. Those of you who take my class on a regular basis, you know all the modifications. You know if we're doing a certain exercise and you want to do something slightly different, or you need to modify in a way that I forget to cue during this time, feel free to go ahead and do that. This, like I said, is a very basic class. We're kind of going back to the basics, hitting all the Pilates sort of traditional standard exercises. So nothing fancy, but it should be a very good workout for any level. So even if you're a very new beginner, you should be able to get something out of this. I do offer various modifications, and so feel free to take any version that you like. I don't necessarily cue breaks. We go from one thing right to the next, but since you're doing this from home, you can take your own break if you need to. Lastly, we're gonna go over the principles as we do the warm-ups. So we're gonna start on our back. So knees bent, feet flat, looking straight up to the ceiling. And you're going to be right here, breathing with your hands on either side of your rib cage. I'm going to sit up just so you can see me, but you're going to continue to lie down. So we're going to do some deep inhale, and I don't want you breathing forward. I want you breathing out into your back. So your hands are here so you can feel your rib cage expanding. So inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And last exhale, 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 until you feel everything tightening and ringing together. And that's what we're going to be working on today. All those muscles you just felt tighten. So continuing to lie down. I'm going to sit up again so you can see me, but continuing to lie down, we're going to shrug our shoulders up. Back of your arm is on the mat and pulling them down. The reason we do that is to feel what it feels like to gently pull those shoulders back into their home, pulling down with your lats and stabilizing that shoulder girdle. Many things we're going to do. Your shoulders want to do this, so just remembering to go like that. All right? You're still on the floor. Your arms are facing straight up. We're going to lift up and down. Actually, I'll do this one with you. Toward the ceiling and then drawing back. So you feel those shoulder blades squeezing together in the back, lifting forward and drawing back. And then the last principle I want to go over is the pelvic tilt. So knees bent again, feet flat. So if I'm going to make a triangle, place it right here on my lower abs in that pelvic area. And set a glass of water right here. I'm going to now flatten my back against the mat, pull my pubic bone up and spill the water toward my nose. I'm going to go back to the center and then slight arch to spill it toward my feet. And then just go back and forth at your pace, couple times, rocking. Really feel the difference. Finding your neutral, which is right between the two. Very, 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 really no gap in your back, but your back's not pressing into the mat. So if you can press your back into the mat without a severe tilt, that's what most of these exercises are going to require. All right, so let's go straight to the warm-ups. So nod your chin, lift your head, neck, and shoulders up. Breathe, and then exhale as we come down. Nod your chin, exhale up. Inhale, and exhale to come down. And last time, just warming things up slightly here. And coming down, knees up to tabletop. Your arms can be comfortably on the mat or they can be up. That's your choice. We're just going to drop while holding that angle, dropping right and left and right and left and right, left. Really holding this steady. This is not going anywhere. You're already challenging your abs even during this warm-up. All right, and if you want to continue that version, you can. Otherwise, I'm going to come down with both legs. And just as low as you can. You don't necessarily need to go all the way to the floor. So if you're lowering to here, that's how far you're lowering today. And last one. And last thing for warm up, I'm going to do some dead bug alternating. So my left leg and my right arm are going to come back and up and alternating each side. Trying to keep that neutral pelvis. And last one each side. All right, and bring everything in. We're going to go right into the work. If you need to loosen your back up, go right ahead. Knees back to tabletop. Try to make it a really good tabletop rather than this, if you can. Something flat that you could set that cup of water up there now. Arms straight, nod your chin, lift everything up. We're going to pump our straight arms from the shoulder. Knees can stay here, can straighten, or can lower to any level you like. Pick your level of challenge. We're going to inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep going. Exhale. Try to keep your neck relaxed against that imaginary wall. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last inhale. Last exhale. And bring everything in. Oh, I just realized I did not set my timer. So hopefully we'll stay on track here. All right, so we're going to do half roll down. So roll on up to seated. Knees bent, feet flat. We're going to do that pelvic tilt. So if I had a wheel that was spinning this direction, I'm going to catch my pelvis right under that wheel and wheel it under, really curve that lower part of my back. Coming back to that shake space and just holding. All right, very slowly, I'm going to curl forward till my knees roughly under my head. And then restacking one vertebrae at a time. One more time, pelvic tilt, rolling down, halfway down. Should feel it here, not here. Try to keep all of this loose. And bending forward, really crunching, scooping as I go forward. And restacking my spine. And last time. And hold, don't forget to breathe. And forward. And up. All right, we're going to do that 3 more times, this time pressing down. So I'm pressing with my palms and my armpits on the air, pressing down. and crunching up. Very slow and deliberate. And pelvic tilt, rolling down halfway. Don't forget to press so everything's active. My shoulders are not shrugging, they're pressing down. And last one. And curling forward. All right, we're going to do that a couple more times. We're going to keep adding on. If you want to ever just continue the first version, then keep going with the first version. So we're going to pelvic tilt under. Coming back, we're going to open sweep to the right. My gaze is going to follow my fingers. Getting my side body involved now. And to the left. And curling up. All right, this time we're going to do 2 times each side. Rolling down. Opening up. And 2. And other side. And 2. And rolling forward. All right, we got one more time. I'm going to come down and do that for the 3rd time, 3 times this time. Opening up. And 2. And 3. And to the left. And 2. And 3. And rolling forward. All right. One last thing. We're going to do some roll-ups. So come all the way down. If you need to, give yourself a little stretch. Hopefully these hip flexors did not get involved, but in case they did, give them a little love. And we're going to just do some roll-ups. So level 1, my arms are overhead and they're going to lead. And I'm coming up very slowly. And I'm going down. So it's the same movement that we did with the half roll down. We're just going all the way down this time. And up. If you take my class usually and you know other versions that are more advanced, go right ahead. We're going to start with the basics today. And last one of the first version. If you're finding it hard to get up, there's a couple of tricks you can use. All right, so if I'm taking away the lever, I'm folding my hands across my chest to make it a little more challenging. If you want the challenge, otherwise stay in the first version. If you cannot get up, you can either just hold right here and then lower down, or you can give yourself just a little assist until you can gain the strength to do the whole thing. And last one, coming up. And then arms glued by my ears to work against me. All right, this one we're going to come up. Pick your arm version very carefully because we're going to come up to a count of 8. So coming up 1, 2, 3, only halfway, 5, 6, 7, 8, and down for the same count, 2, 3, halfway, 5, 6, 7, 8, pull everything in. We're going to go right into the ab series. So hopefully you guys are already familiar with this. If not, just follow along. Do what you can. Knees up to tabletop. Lift head, neck, and shoulders up. We're going to start with single leg. So bringing left leg in, right leg out. This can be any angle. You can put them straight up. You can put them 45 degrees. You can put them parallel to the ground. You pick your level of challenge. We're going to switch, 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 relaxing that neck against the imaginary wall, so I'm not straining my neck. And switch, switch, don't forget to breathe. And 2, and 1, and bring everything in. Gonna readjust your back, flat on the mat. Hands on either side of your ankle for double leg. Again, angle of your leg can be anything from here to parallel to the floor. You pick your angle. Everything's going to come out and then around. And 2, and 3, 4. So I'm taking off my hat and snow angel around. 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one. Notice my head never moved. And bring it down. Legs straight up. Readjust your back if you need to. Make sure that you're stable in your hip girdle there. We're going to bring upper body up again with straight legs. Going to make some little scissor snips. So this can be a very big snip, or this can be a very small snip. You pick your level. Switch, switch, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and everything back, keeping my legs straight. My hands are going to go on my hip bones. My elbows are going to go on the floor, mostly to just remind myself to not move so my hips are not swinging. They're staying equally weighted both sides as I do a modified corkscrew. So I'm going to inhale as I bring my legs over to the right, and I'm going to exhale around, back to the center. Inhale to the left, and exhaling around. So this is a small movement because I do not want my back coming up. If you're going like this and you're finding that your hip's coming up and your back's coming up, then you're doing it too big. So stay small. And left. And right. And left. So much of Pilates is, as other body parts are moving, we're still focused on the core, stabilizing everything. So the core is always working. And last one to the right. And last one to the left. All right. Okay, so we're going to do one last exercise. So hands behind your neck, elbows wide, coming up. We're going to do Criss Cross. So my goal is shoulder to hip, to opposite hip. I don't really care where my elbows are going, but try to keep them wide. So we're going to Criss Cross. 2, 3, really good crunch. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and bring everything in. We're going to sit up to teaser. So without putting your feet down, you're going to come up that little float. If you want to straighten your legs, you can. We're just going to hold teaser for a moment. We're going to actually just do some open rocker prep. We're not going to do open rocker today, but so holding on to my legs very gently. And I'm just going to come down and up. And 3. And 4. And 5. I'm going to do one more. And then just hold. If your knees are bent here, that's fine. Letting go if you can. And bringing everything slowly down. All right, good job. So let's do some spine twist and saw together. So you're gonna put your feet roughly mat width apart, not super wide, because we want to be able to, with the opposite pinky, go pinky finger to pinky toe. So if I'm super wide, that's harder to do and not necessary. Legs straight if possible, but if not, I'm more worried about back straight. So with your back straight, if you need to bend your knees slightly, you will. Arms to T. We're going to twist our torso while lifting up as if wringing a washcloth 3 times. And then in the back, thumb down, in the front, thumb up, and pinky to pinky, nose to knee. Really stretch this back right here. And coming up. And other side. So while I'm still lifting, I'm twisting. 2, 3. And then diving forward, pinky to pinky. Thumb in the back is pointing down. And coming up. Continuing to the right. And diving down. And up. Continuing to the left. Further. Furthest. Diving down. And coming up. So each time that I'm going down, I'm trying to get that 1, 2, 3. Nose a little bit closer to my knee. And up. And twist. 2, 3. Growing taller with each one. So it's a stretch and a twist at the same time. And my feet are flexed against an imaginary wall, so one is not going in front of the other. And diving forward, nose to knee. And back up. And one more each side. 2, 3. Diving forward, nose to knee. And back up. Actually, let's do one more. I forgot which side I started on, so I think I started on the right. So we will do one more each side. And last 1, 2, 3. Diving down. Really getting into that lower back, feeling it in the back side of my legs. And that's enough of that. All right, we are going to come over on our bellies so we can do some extension work. I'm going to start with mini swan. So when you're down here, we want to draw the contents of your abs up toward your spine and away from the mat. So you can put 2 fingers in there. So the contents, your skin may be touching the mat, but the contents of your abs are drawing up. So if I roll a grape underneath you, you're not going to squish it. That's going to protect your lower back, okay? So we're going to start with hands roughly next to our face so that our elbows can be down. And we're just going to do some mini swans. So coming up, really pawing back with those hands so that you feel it in the back of your arm, really drawing them back. And then coming down. So everything's active on my back. My feet are down. I'm just pressing up so that I feel it in the back of my arm and in my back, drawing me up from my shoulder blades. And last one of this version. So if you want to stay here, continue right here. Otherwise, hands are going to come back now so that your elbows are up. And we're going to press up, a little further up, straightening those arms. So pubic bone is down, but hip bones may be slightly up. And coming down. Completely relaxing in between so that you can feel that difference. Drawing my right shoulder to my left hip, my left shoulder to my right hip, across the back of my body, and down. And last one, nice stretch and activating my back as well. And coming down. We're going to work on our upper back right here. Okay, so not my lower back. Get your abs protected. Gonna stack your hands, forehead on your hands, and we're just gonna lift everything up, floating up. So again, I have to draw my abs up in order to protect my back right here. If you're feeling it in your back, then activate your abs and lower down. Activate your abs. Do a very slight pelvic tilt. Everything floats up, and then don't come up so high as well. So I'm just holding. Should feel it right here, like somebody's pulling straight up to the ceiling. And lower. And 3. And lower. And 4. Don't forget to breathe, and don't forget to protect your grape. And one more this version. All right, continue that version, or arms out to Y. So that's gonna be much harder. And up. Just enough that you don't feel it in your lower back. Making sure your shoulders are down in their home. And lower. And 2. Just holding, drawing those shoulder blades together, pinching a pencil between your 2 shoulder blades so that it doesn't fall out. And down. And up, pulling those abs in towards your spine. You'll notice my elbows are bent a little. If you want your arms straighter, that's fine. Add to your level of challenge. You have to accommodate your body. And down. Completely relaxing. And the last one. Drawing the abs in. Holding up. You're looking face down so that your head is in alignment with the rest of your spine. And everything's going to come down. All right, stack those hands. Your right leg is now pulling out from the hip socket so far that it's actually floating off the ground now. The left leg is comfortably down. And we're just going to do some little pulses without getting into your lower back, isolating your glutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then flex your leg, and we're going to flex that foot and try to kick straight up to the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, very deliberate. 4, don't use momentum. 5, 6, still drawing those abs up. 7, don't forget to breathe. 9, 10, and windshield wiper. Release, making sure not to get in that lower back. Now the left leg is going to do what the right leg just did. So if you want to turn your head to the other side, feel free. Gonna stretch that leg out till it floats off the ground, still drawing my abs in. Straight leg pulses up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and bend that leg straight up. 1, 2, 3, very deliberate. 4, 5, really squeezing that glute. 7, 8, stay out of your lower back. 9, 10, and windshield wiper. And come on back to child's pose to release that lower back. So knees wide, coming down, arms forward, and just melt into the mat. Should feel good on your lower back. So all that ab work we did at the beginning of class, you're not even remembering that right now. All right, and then coming up into all fours and continue into a cat and cow stretch. Really stretching that back toward the ceiling and then dropping it to release. And up. And last one, really holding that stretch, really stretch out that lower back. And coming into neutral. So my knees are now directly under my hips and my hands are directly under my shoulders in an all four position. We're going to do some bird dog. So version 1, both hands are down and I'm just crunching in as far as I can crunch. And my nose is trying to meet my knee. My arms are staying where they are. Version 2, I'm going to go from here, hand behind my neck, elbow to knee, but that knee is going to stay back next to the other knee while I crunch under and really try to meet it. Okay, so those are my choices. Pick your choice. We're going to do 1 and 2, really crunching it under, completely stretching out in between. 3, and if you're in version 1 with both arms down, you can still stretch your leg out. 4, behind you. 5, 6, 7, 8. I think for time, we'll stop right there, bringing that down, switching to the other side. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and bringing everything down. Last thing in this position, curl your toes under as if you're getting ready to stand up. Hands again directly under your shoulders. We're just going to hover those knees. Should feel all the way around your core, tightening, pulling in, and you'll also, of course, feel it in your legs. And lower, and lifting up and holding, and lower, lifting up and holding, and lower, and hold, and lower. Last one. We're going to hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let everything come down. We're going to do some plank work. So we're going to start on our elbow. If you need to double your mat up to protect your elbow, you're going to do so. Side plank looks like this if you're on level 1 on your knees. Not like this, but a straight line. Pressing up right here. Level 2, I have a kickstand leg and a straight leg. And level 3, it looks like this. So pick your level. And we're going to add a twist. So I'm diving down like I'm reaching into that opposite pocket. And up. And 2. And 3. And 4. And 4. 3. 2. And 1. And I'm holding. I'm going to go to center plank and hold. And over to the right. Diving down to reach into that pocket. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. And holding. We're going to come back to that center plank. And hovering our knees 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and come on down. All right, so let's come on into side leg series. So come over onto your right side, lying down along the back edge of your mat. One straight line, left hip directly over right. If you can maintain this with an arm up, then that's fine. If you need a kickstand to prevent you from rolling, please do that, because we want all of this stable. Head can be down or it can be up, your choice. If it's up, just make sure your head is in alignment with your spine. We're going to float the bottom leg up for challenge, or you can keep it down. It's your choice. We're going to point up with the top leg only and then flex down. So as I'm coming up, I'm pulling out, both as I'm pulling up and as I'm pulling down. I'm pulling out of my hip socket, very active, my whole leg, like moving through mud, nice and deliberate. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now that foot's going to stay up. My bottom leg's going to come up to meet it and down. 2, 3. So you should feel this in your inner thigh. 4. And all of it in your obliques here on the top, crunching. 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we're going to do some hip rotation. So heel up in the front and toe down in the back while trying to not twist and keep everything straight. forward, back, heel, toe. 3, 4, you can float that bottom leg for challenge. 5, 6, 7, 8, really trying to turn that hip. 9, and 10. One straight line. Hand is going to slide down as I crunch my body up in a banana. So my legs are lifting as well as my head. I'm crunching right here in the middle. And down. And 2. And 3. Really holding and trying to not rock. I'm getting tired. And the last 2. And the last one. Holding. And bring it down. Swing your legs now toward that front corner of the mat. We're going to do some straight leg kicks. So this can be a straight or a bent leg on the bottom, whatever feels best to your hip. We're going to kick, kick, and then reaching in opposition. Kick, kick, reach. 3, reach, really stretching in opposition. 4, and when I'm kicking, I have a straight leg. I'm trying to kick my nose. And 6, and 7, and 8. Gonna go forward as much as you can, point your toe, and do some circles. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we got one more. Bring your legs up like you're sitting in a chair. Shins are parallel to the front edge of your mat. Both my ankle and knee are going to stay at the same level. Just going to open this hip. 1, 2, as if I'm leaning on a wall. I'm not rolling back. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, bring that down and just let it relax for a moment. Good work. Hopefully you felt that. Gonna roll over onto our back. Stretch that leg out. So the leg you just worked is gonna cross over the other knee. Press gently on that knee, away from your knee, to feel that stretch in your hip. And if you want, then reach through, pull up that standing leg, elbow to knee, to press it out as you pull in with your hands to do the figure 4 stretch. Should feel good to that hip. All right, other side. So you're now on your left side, straight along the mat. Pick your head position, pick your hand position. Float your leg if you want the challenge. We're going to point up and flex down. 2. Very active. The whole leg is pulling out. Very slow and deliberate. Everything is very slow and deliberate. Mindfulness. and 4, and 3, and 2. Last one. And then we're going to float that one up, and we're going to work on our inner thigh on the bottom leg, coming up and down. 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's agonizingly slow. Now that hip rotation, so heel in the front, toe in the back, and trying very hard to not twist here while you do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, some banana. Everything's straight, and I'm crunching up and holding and coming back down. And 2. Really feel it in your side body on that top side facing the ceiling, and up and up. And crunching up. And we got one more, and we're going to hold. Just hold. And then everything comes down. Hinge those legs to the front corner of the mat. Adjust the bottom leg wherever you want it. Straight leg kicks. So kick, kick, and then stretching out. 2. We're really stretching. 3. Really lengthening. 4. And 5. If you need to bend your knee here, of course you will. 6. I think we did 8, so 2 more. And the last one. Stretching it out. Bring that leg forward for circles, pointing your toe. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And reverse again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Sitting in a chair. Front shins parallel to the front edge of the mat. One line from my ankle to my knee. 2, 3, really opening that hip up. 5, without rolling. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it down. Just let it relax. Feels good to get a good workout. Rolling onto your back. Leg you just worked crosses over the other knee. Press gently away. Feel that stretch. And reaching through for the figure 4. Stretch. Elbow to knee to press away. This is my compromised hip, so it doesn't go as far. Hopefully, if you have injuries, you've been modifying according to whatever you need to do. I'm constantly having to modify for myself, for wrists and hips. That's my stuff. Everybody's got stuff. All right. And coming down and rolling back over. We're going to do some push-ups. So come on up to standing. We're going to do all the push-ups at the same time. We're just going to do 10 because we're running out of time. But I think it's important to do it. So I'm standing on the back edge of my mat. Up on my toes. Bend my knees. Arms up as I inhale. Bending over. Holding that for a nice stretch in the back side of my legs. And then I'm going to walk out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Do whatever you need to do to accommodate your wrists. And you can be full form, which is here, or you can be on your knees, which is where I will be today. I want your elbows scraping the sides of your body as you come down for a tricep push-up. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's pretty good after last year when I couldn't do any, so I'm still rehabbing. So come on back for some tricep dips. So I'm going to come to seated, hands facing forward, wrists directly under my shoulders. So level 1, my tush is down. I'm leaning back and then I'm really pressing up with the back side of my arm to really get that tricep activated. So that's level 1. Level 2, I'm here. And it's not about this. So if I'm doing this, my elbows aren't moving. My arms aren't working. So it's about back in that tricep position. So my elbows are going straight back and my hips do lower because my elbows are lowering. This is 3. Hopefully you started when I started. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And for time, we'll let that be it. So sitting up, go ahead and stretch out our arms. So pulling back and down on your shoulder. And up over the rainbow with a little assist to stretch your tricep. And pulling back to get that wrist. And other side, down and back on the shoulder. And up over the rainbow for the tricep. And the wrist. All right, we're going to do some bridge work. And then we're going to stretch. So, come on back to lying down, position we started in with knees bent and feet flat. My feet this time, though, are a little closer to me, almost reachable so that they're directly under my knees. So my feet are under my knees and I'm going to do that pelvic tilt, pressing my back against the mat. And then from the pubic bone up, I'm going to articulate up 1 vertebrae at a time from the bottom to the top. Really hold when you get there, really stretching everything out. Actively working the front part of your body. Your hands can be up or they can be down. So now from the top and middle and lower back as I'm stretching my spine out, I'm taking my tailbone and pulling it away from my neck. Last thing to release is the pelvic tilt. And pelvic tilt up, articulating up. We're going to do this 2 more times. So this is 1. And coming down very slowly, very thoughtfully, really stretching that spine. It should feel good. Last thing is the pelvic tilt, and then up again. This time we're going to stay up. Plant your left foot. Bring your right leg to the ceiling. We're going to do little pulses. So I'm presenting the bottom of my foot to the ceiling, and I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 3 sweeps. So I'm flexing down and pointing back up. Flexing down, pointing up, flexing just knee next to knee, pointing up and bending, planting that foot, bringing my left leg now straight up, flexing it, presenting the bottom of my foot to the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, really squeezing my glutes. 7, 8, 9, 10, flexing down. Sweeping up with a pointed toe, flexing down. And last one. Pointing that toe and coming all the way out. Feet flat, knees out to the side, and just relax. Melt into that mat. Give yourself permission to just completely let everything go. I don't give that permission very often. All right, and then straight body. Encircle right fingers around left wrist and pull up as you pull down on the left leg and really stretch and lengthen that left side of your body. And then switch right fingers encircled around, left fingers around right wrist, and then pulling in opposition on that right body. And drawing your knees in. Arms to T, shoulders stay down, so my upper body is shining straight up as my legs come over to the right. And I'm just gonna let them relax. Back to the center and over to the left. And right, back to the right. This time as we hold, if you want to, that top leg is just going to extend just to deepen that stretch. Should feel good in your back and your side body. And back to the center. Same thing now to the left. And with that extended leg, if you so choose, trying to still keep my shoulder down. Really feeling that torso twist. And coming back up. Send your left leg straight, your right leg up. Give a little gentle pull to feel that hamstring stretch as straight as you can. Of course, if your leg is bent, it's bent. No problem. You have to deal with your body. Cross midline to feel it in this outer hip. Try to relax everything else. And back through center and out to the side, holding your left hip down. So out to the side to get that inner thigh stretch. And back to the center, a couple of kicks, a couple of point and flex, circle to the right, circle to the left, draw that knee in and give it a good squeeze, other knee in to meet it, send the right leg out and the left leg up, feeling that hamstring stretch, and across the body to get the outer hip. And holding this hip down and assisting this leg, really opening that inner thigh. And back to the center. Couple of kicks. Couple of point and flex. 2 circles to the right. 2 circles to the left. Draw that knee in, give it a hug. Other knee comes in to meet it. And rock up. I'm going to do one more stretch. So right leg forward, left leg crossing over, right arm wrapped around that knee and just twist that torso as you're lifting straight up to the ceiling. And then other side. One forward fold, holding whatever body part you like. And big inhale up. And exhale. And I thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the class, and see ya.